What's happening, y'all? It's DNA. One more time. Welcome to March. St. Patrick's Day was yesterday, so
yeah, it's in the middle now.
You know where we at with this. But we're back one more time. We're gonna step out on a limb. This time do a little supernatural. Yeah. So the subject matter for the day
is demon possession. Do you believe that people are possessed with the, I don't know if you want to say demon. Well, some people don't like using demon, but it don't matter. Do you believe you can be possessed and it changes everything? Like, I can't believe he did that when he stabbed the whole family and he don't remember.
So when people say the devil made me do it,
yeah,
it's more than just cliche. So I guess the question to pose is, do you per se believe in demon possession?
Right. Well, you can ask me. I do believe to an extent. I don't think it's. I think if you possessed by what like that, you don't remember, and a lot of these people do remember. So I think I was talking to my sister one day, and I said it was something that I watched, and I was saying that there was a spirit that got into this person, and it changed the person's whole personality. All the people that know this person or knew this person was saying he's acting kind of strange. He's not the same today, and eventually that evening he ended up killing his wife. So, and then later on he was sitting in the police station, but he didn't know what happened. He didn't understand, and he's got this blood on him, but he doesn't know what happened. And then as they're telling him, he's upset because his wife is gone. And they're saying that he did it, and he don't know what they're talking about. So that's what I was saying about the being possessed with something. We call it spirits or demons or whatever. Being possessed and it takes over, which means you don't remember anything. That I think that part would be true. That they take over and you don't believe. You don't remember, which is why you don't believe.
My take on it is for people that are religious in one way or another, whatever your form is, however you view it. Some people don't believe in religion, they believe in spirituality, or they believe in consciousness, whatever the fact. Okay? If there is a up, there is a down. Okay? If there is an in, there's an out. If there's a black, there's a white. If there's a heaven, there's a hell. And if there's an angel, there has to be a demon.
Okay.
People say, my guardian angel was looking out for me. And that sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when somebody get murdered? Was the demon, on his job? Was he out? Was he doing what he do? He, she, it, what? Demonic possession is something that has been proven.
Mm-hmm.
There are cases that prove that spirits exist.
Mm-hmm.
And what people need to understand and realize is that all we are, everything in the universe, in the multiverse, is just basically atoms put together.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? When you die and you pass on, that's why they call it passing on. When you die, you go from the physical,
Mm-hmm.
To a spiritual.
Okay.
Oftentimes, if you ever had deja vu, and you know you haven't been there before, but you know you have been there before,
Mm-hmm.
It's deja vu. I saw that before. I was here before. You
right.
yourself physically haven't been there before.
Right.
You may have been there, kind of like reincarnation. People believe that, you come back again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the cycle of life or the circle of life or just the constant, I believe that, you come back till you get it right. But the question is, what's right? And who knows?
I don't know if you come back to do it again
I don't necessarily believe that you always come back as a person. You understand? Because, like I said, everything it's about atoms, molecules, energy. You understand? Energy. And consciousness.
So I think the energy that left someone else once they pass on, that they or die, their physical body dies, they don't die. Just the body that they were using.
Yeah.
So that energy has to go somewhere.
Exactly.
And my thing, when I was talking to my sister, I said, what if, people say they always hear stuff, like, and they can't turn it off, like they hear these voices, they can't turn it off, and that some of them are they're okay voices, but you don't want to hear them. And then there's the ones you just don't want to hear because they're saying stuff you never want to hear. You never want, if somebody was saying this to you, talking to you, you're like, I don't want to hear that. But this you can't shut off. So what if there are people, we know that there are people out there who are easily manipulated. Those demons talk to them, and it's easy to manipulate that person. It's like they almost put them to sleep with their talking. And then they get them to do what, because the only way they can possess you is to put you to sleep. So the energy or spirit or whatever that's within you now is asleep in order for them to possess you, to take over, to have you do what they want you to do.
You actually have to, according to my understanding, in order for something like that, in order for you to be possessed, mm-hmm. in any sense, that's something you actually have to allow to happen. In a sense, simply because you have to let them in. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like your house. Can't nobody get in your house unless they break in if you got the door closed.
Right.
Unless you unlock that door and open the door and let them in, they can't get in your house.
But that's what I'm saying.
By all.
They continue to talk to you until they lull you to sleep. The only way that they can get in is you've given up. The only way they can put you to sleep is you've given up.
Exactly.
And that's how they get in. And that's how they take over. Mm-hmm. I hate to say this, but you also have to be weak. Because...
Why you hate to say it? That's the truth.
Yeah, because nobody wants to hear that. You have to be weak to let something like that possess you, to even bring it in. Your mind... If you have a strong mind, nobody can tell you anything.
You have to be weak-willed. You have to be easily manipulated, mm-hmm. easily influenced. Mm-hmm. Basically, in layman's terms, a sap. For real.
Which is why I say followers, people who follow just about everything, even if it's social media. The people that follow this kind of stuff all the time, and they are constantly in all of this, it's feeding them. Yeah. It's easy to take over that person's mind if they can believe everything that they see. They, oh man, I can believe that happened, and then later on they feel,
once they
but it doesn't matter. You believe that the moment that it happened, the moment that's it was easy for you to say, okay, I'll go. It was easy for you to say, oh well, okay, I'll do it. You are weak, and you're easily possessed. You're easily manipulated. Anybody can tell you something, and you be like, okay. Yeah. It has to be. It has to be that.
And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
You believe that people could be taken over like that? I believe, because look at the people that go to these different places, and they call them cults, cult. You are following this one man that claims to be Jesus Christ.
Koresh, Manson.
My thing is, you didn't question him wearing glasses?
The cat that was what was his name? The one that did the Kool-Aid. Jim something. I forgot his name. It was way back. He got a bunch of people on this island and got them to drink Kool-Aid. And it was poison or something in the Kool-Aid. Just about everybody, if you drank it, you died. Okay. But everybody didn't drink it. It was a couple of kids that lived, and got grown and actually told the story. There was a couple of adults that didn't drink it,
Mm.
you know, but it was Kool-Aid,
Right.
you know. Jim Jones. Jim Jones. Jim Jones, yes. He was another one. You know, these are people who, you know, psychologists and psychiatrists and, you know, journalists and all kind of stuff have said, you know, these people were, you know, looked into all different type of avenues to see what kind of stuff they was into.
Mm.
You know, what would make a person feel like they want to be the leader? You know, because in their minds, they was taking this role as, oh, I'm leading y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be, you know, from a biblical term, a false prophet or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a shepherd leading his flock off a cliff. You know, I myself, you know, have, like I said, I came up, you know, my family's from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm from New York City. You know, I grew up in a black household. Religion, you know, church, all that was big.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this age, I have questions more than I had before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we came from someplace because we just ain't fall out the sky. You know,
Right.
I know that, and a lot of people are gonna be upset by this, but I know that you can't believe the most popular book ever written, and that's the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't believe everything in that book because if it's the Bible or not, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell me that I'm supposed to treat you bad just because you're a woman.
Right.
Because two men can't procreate and repopulate the planet.
Right.
So why is it that the women who make the babies were held in such low regard? You understand?
Right.
Because these are supposed to be the teachings from the beginning. You know,
I asked somebody how many times they're gonna start the beginning over.
I mean, from time to time, you know,
This is their beginning. It has nothing to do with the beginning.
I would be playing the PS4, you know, and people rage quit, you know, and they started over. You know, you can't do that with history. You can't do that with, but that's what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's something else. Back to the entirety of demonic possession. Do I believe in it? Yes, I believe in it. Yes, I do believe that there are tormented, scorned, miserable spirits, you know, that just loom around. And if they can, they will. You know, because this here is a suit.
Right.
That's it. You know, if you have a spirit, it's trapped in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And once this suit wears out, expires, you know, because everything got a shelf life.
Mm-hmm.
Once the suit goes, what happens to the spirit? What happens to the consciousness? Does it just go away? No, it doesn't. You know, I've been in places, you know, where I've been by myself and thought I heard something. A voice, distinct voice.
Yep.
You know, looked around like, who? Okay, you know. Didn't cater to it, didn't bother with it, you know. Oftentimes, the voice of something that might be trying to possess you may even sound like you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because the best way to convince you of what they're trying to do is by talking to you in your voice. You understand? Now, I talk to myself all the time. I ain't got no problem with admitting it. I have full conversations with myself. You understand? But I have just like I'm talking to y'all, I talk to myself.
Right.
You understand? So I can Because when I say it out loud, it makes me weigh the options of reason.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, and I do that purposely so that I know, for one, I'm not losing my mind. For two, I'm being rational or irrational enough for whatever the situation calls for. You know, but I mean, that's just me personally. Do I believe demons exist? Of course I do. If there's light, there's dark. You know, if there's water, there's fire.
Right.
You know, so every action got a reaction. So why wouldn't it be? And why wouldn't that be possible? You know, I mean, you know, for people that go to church, they say, you know, oh, you know, they got the Holy Ghost. Okay, fine. If you can get the Holy Ghost, why can't you get,
Right.
you know, why can't you get the unholy Ghost? You know?
Exactly.
I mean, for real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are not going to like this, and that's fine. That's why this is called DNA's opinion. You understand? And I'm making my business to stress that point on a lot of these blogs that we do because, I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but I'm speaking from common sense on my standpoint. You know, most of the stuff I speak about is common sense. Some stuff has been researched. I don't do a lot of research. You know, I'm almost 50 years old. I've lived, 50. That's right. Black don't crack. I've lived, I've done things, I've seen things, I read. You know, I mean, I get my knowledge just like everybody else. You know, so you got anything else you want to add to that?
I did, and then you got talking.
I messed it up.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
We'll cut it here, but there were other things that it'll come to me, and then we'll bring it back up.
mm.
But as far as believing in that, yes, I do believe in that. I really believe in that because I've had so many things happen in my life, so I know, you know. But they don't make these movies just to make these movies.
No, they don't.
Things have happened to people,
No, they
and
do
they
not.
tell people about it, and you know, just do research. You'll see that a lot of the stuff is not just a movie. Somebody thought of it and they wrote it down. No, this is stuff that has happened.
Exactly. If you have a comment, please post it. Opinion, comment, subscribe, check us out. Let us know what's on your mind. Let us know how you feel. You know, if you got something you want to mention. You know, some people, me and myself, I've went through some personal experiences in terms of dealing with, you know, spirits and things like that of the not so friendly nature. You know, so when I speak this, I'm speaking from personal experience. This is not hearsay. This is not secondhand. This is stuff that actually happened to me. You understand? So with that being said, as always, you know we on this ball together. Be good to each other. Days is counting down, and it's, man. With this administration we got, hey, what can I say? It is what it is. Until then, DNA, we signing off. See y'all on the flip side.